Good morning, Sir Matt. It is my privilege and honor to interview you about the facility management here in Infinite, one of the finest and the best state apartment in Chicago. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So basically, can you please tell me briefly about your job, about
Sure.
chef engineer?
So, as chief engineer, I'm responsible for basically running all the facilities here, keeping all the equipment going, the heating, the cooling, the power,
Okay.
distribution, and whatnot. We're responsible for all the units, the on-site maintenance requests and contractor assistance and whatnot. So that's a brief scope, of our job here at Infinite. I don't know. Do you want to start with the first question then? And then
Yeah, sure. So, what are the biggest challenges that you deal with in terms of the chef engineer here in Infinite?
Sure. So I'd say the most challenging part about student living is probably the unit turnover. Generally, we have a limited time to do it, and so the leases end, and we have to get in there, do preventative maintenance in the units themselves, and then coordinate all the contractors as well, such as the cleaners, carpet repair, carpet replacement, carpet cleaning, so on and so forth. So I'd say that's the biggest challenge to date, at this property. So.
Um, so, can you give me the idea of the typical day, specific days as a chef engineer?
A typical day for me varies. Some days I'm limited on staff, so we'll generally do mechanical rounds to start off the day. Take care of any emails, phone calls, dealing with subcontractors, vendors, dealing with contractor assistance, dealing with maintenance requests, preventative maintenance on all the equipment in the facility. That's generally what we do though in a typical day. So, and any on-site emergencies that may come up.
Yeah. What is the personality and the trait that required to be a chef engineer in general in facility management? Discipline or structure?
Sure. I mean, it definitely helps to be organized and to have everything organized in case there is an emergency situation that does occur, and to know where your valve checklists are, where all your shutoffs are, to know how your fire system works.
Yeah.
All that stuff's important, You want to have all those procedures in place in case there ever is an emergency that does occur on site.
All right, got it. Thanks. So how many hours do you work in a day and per day per week?
It's 8 hours a day, 48 hours a week.
48 hours a week. Okay. Like a typical specific day.
Typical, yeah.
Yeah. So. Are any emergencies during the facility management? For example, explosions or some of leaking or some kind of like this.
So I'd say that we have had a couple of incidents here, on site. Generally, it's leaks that may occur after hours. We've had a couple of major leaks here where something froze in the wintertime and then thawed out and blew out. So generally though, if you take care of the equipment correctly, that sort of stuff shouldn't happen. So if you maintain everything, there shouldn't be anything that catches on fire or blows up, or unless it's someone does something intentionally on the property or on site, that they shouldn't be doing. So.
Okay, so how fast do you get it fixed?
I mean, I was called on one time when we had a leak here, and I was able to valve it off within a matter of minutes, and rectify the situation quickly. It depends though, You know, I had a situation at the other property where it took us a whole day. We lost power. The building next door flooded and blew up our transformers that were powering our switchgear. So for that particular instance, it took us like 24 hours to get the building back online, and I'd say a full week to get it back to where it was, you know, before that incident occurred. So it depends on the situation.
Yeah. So, like, thinking about like sustainability. So, kind of like what you can do to protect the environment in general and like to be more sustainable.
In the facility itself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we try to do the best that we can with recycling. You know, we try to recycle the lighting on site. You can have a vendor pick that up, so you're not just throwing CFL bulbs in the garbage. We definitely have recycling bins set up on every floor for the students and the residents that live on site. So it's particularly important to have a recycling plan in place. And we also have a green roof here. So
A what?
A green roof.
A green roof?
A green roof, yeah. So we don't have like a black tar roof. That would help with like heat island effect, you know, so that you're not giving off that, you know, you're reflecting the sun, and you're also helping mitigate rainwater, so that there's less rainwater that's going into our storm sewers here at the property. So that's one way that a couple different ways we're sustainable on site.
So, like what has company has done to be more sustainable, like in general, like specific example, like save electricity or the bin here,
so
the electricity.
Yeah, so a couple other ways, I guess, too, that we currently are. We have, on all of our equipment here, we have VFDs, which are variable frequency drives, and so with that, it really helps ramp the motor up at a slower RPM, so that you're saving electricity. With other things, we've installed occupancy sensors to help save energy. So those are a couple other ways we're helping save and conserve energy during certain parts of the day. We have certain equipment on schedule so that it's not running continuously when no one's in the room. All ways that we're able to be sustainable and green on site.
Yeah. So in the next like 5 year, what do you consider to be successful as the chief engineer in general, and what is you want to do to in terms of like maintaining and enhancing, like improving in facility management here in Infinite?
I'd say from a standpoint on my end, if I can pinpoint when certain aspects of machinery are going to go down and project that into a budget and help us save that way, that would make us more successful here. Long-term wise, like, there are other things that we could do to be more green, I'd say, switching out certain lighting, you know, installing more LEDs on site, just constantly updating our preventative maintenance program too. Those are all things that would definitely make us more successful in the long run here. Over time.
Okay, thank you so much for interview and like for the like valuable information that you give to me.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much.
Thank you.